Hello everybody, my name is Conor, aka OKayFabe, your official SmackDown video correspondent for One Wrestling and OneWrestling.com videos YouTube channel, and we're going to be talking about a Raw pay-per-view. This is a little awkward, but I think I can get behind. I can get behind that. Normally, I only do SmackDown related stuff, but hey, why not do a pay-per-view and have it for entertaining for you guys as well? Now, in this video, we're gonna of course cover everything that you need to know and what happened in WWE Fastlane 2017, your full show review and results. Don't forget, guys, we love to hear you guys' feedback, comments, and suggestions, all that fun stuff. Make sure you leave your thoughts about what you guys thought about Fastlane down in the comment section, or hit us up on the various social media that the entire OneWrestling.com family is a part of. Make sure you follow us on all the Twitters, Facebook, everything for myself, of course, Big Ray, everyone over the Big Slam Nation, and of course, all the links are down in the description box below. Don't forget to also follow the legendary, the iconic Mr. Bill Apter as well, too. And also make sure you check out all of our other videos, including recently, the Big Slam Nation did a preview of Fastlane, so it's interesting to see. Go back and check it out, see how well they did in comparison to the actual pay-per-view. So, Fastlane, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. A very hot crowd, to be very intriguing, to say the least. We had the first matchup between Rich Swann and Akira Tozawa against Brian Kendrick and Noam Dar. The Cruiserweights in action to kick things off in the pre-show, which I thought, booking-wise, was a very smart decision. Very clever to have the high-flying, high-octane Cruiserweights kick things off for Fastlane pre-show. Akira Tozawa and Rich Swann getting the victory here. Swann looking like $1 million, even though despite he's coming back recently from an injury, helped picking up the win over Brian Kendrick and Noam Dar. Fantastic, high-octane, high-flying cruiserweight match to kick things off on the pre-show. We then start off the official pay-per-view with Samoa Joe versus Sami Zayn, one of the personal matches that I was looking forward to the most. That is for sure, and it was a hard-hitting, just fantastic way and smart way again to kick off the show. Joe and Zayn battling back and forth, high octane, high energy, and high energy. It's just a very on the edge of your seat matchup. There was a lot of things, a lot of craziness and moments I didn't expect. I thought Sami Zayn was going to go some more crazy moves, but unfortunately, Samoa Joe's power was just too much for the underdog from the underground. As unfortunately, Samoa Joe hits the locks in the Kakina clutch. I keep mispronouncing that. Kakina clutch on Sami Zayn, having him pass out, not tap out, pass out, which I thought was very interesting and honestly was a better move that can leave the door wide open for possible rematches between the two. Joe and Zayn looked like $1 million in this match. Loved everything about it, and again, smart way, in my opinion, to kick off the pay-per-view. The Raw Tag Team titles up next. Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson against Enzo and Cass. Very solid matchup, although I think the club definitely had Enzo and Cass's number in this one. Even though Enzo got a little offense in, it looked like the club was dominating for most of this time. However, Big Cass, once he got in, almost won the tag team titles for himself and his buddy, How You Doing? But unfortunately, club was able to use dirty tactics, even being able to pick up a pinfall victory, as one of them had their foot on the ropes as they snuck out. Carl Anderson kind of running for his life out of the ring just in time to retain the Raw Tag Team Championships. Sasha Banks against Nia Jax, an underdog story to say the least. Nia dominating against Sasha Banks for majority of the time as the two of them just went back and forth, but Nia getting most of the offense in. Sasha come back with a couple of offense, but Nia just keeps cutting her off. Surprisingly, out of nowhere, Sasha with a roll-up backslide-esque pin to pin Nia Jax, much to the shock and awe of not only Milwaukee, Wisconsin, but of course Nia Jax as well too, with those big eyes just like shocked in awe that Sasha Banks, the boss, was able to pick up a win over Nia. I mean, she's from Boston. Come on now. Come on now. I'm from Boston. It's a thing. It's a victory thing. I mean, come on now. Anyway, two interesting matches that actually were not advertised. We had Jinder Mahal against Cesaro and The Big Show against Rusev. Now, an interesting story that happened before this. Rusev and Jinder Mahal, who were former a tag team, actually ended up going to Mick Foley requesting that they be split up. They are no longer a tag team and they want to be in singles competition. So Foley says you both go into the ring and your opponents will come out depending on whoever gets there first. Jinder ended up getting there first, but Rusev wasn't a big fan of that. The two brawled and Jinder actually threw Rusev out of the ring to be greeted by Cesaro, his actual opponent. Solid matchup encounter between the two, but unfortunately Cesaro getting the pinfall victory over Jinder Mahal. As Rusev makes his way back to the ring to assert dominance and of course toss Jinder out the exact same way that he did, he was greeted by his opponent, The Big Show. Remind me never to get The Big Show aggravated, because especially now and then where he looks like the best shape of his entire career, yes, Big Show basically asserted his dominance against Rusev. However, Rusev put up much more of a fight than I anticipated, even even though Rusev seeming wanted nothing to do with the Big Show right from the beginning of the match. Big Show ultimately win with not one, not two, but I believe 3 choke slams, and finally the knockout punch, the weapons of mass destruction, to get a pinfall victory over handsome Rusev. I mean, with that new haircut, I'm just saying, handsome. Rusev Utria, Rusev handsome. Okay, that was a horrible joke. I apologize. Now, my favorite matchup of the entire evening, hands down, Cruiserweight Championship match, Neville and Jack Gallagher. These two pulled off, arguably, in my opinion, one of the greatest matches that we've seen from the Cruiserweight divisions since the Cruiserweight Classic's inception. And I'm not talking, of course, during the Cruiserweight Classic. I'm talking afterwards. Jack Gallagher and Neville put on a fantastic performance. Great moves, great psychology. Moves I didn't expect either men to do, and they were able to pull it off very well so in this match. Gallagher and Neville going back and forth. Gallagher doing suicide dives, which I never thought I'd see. It took a lot of effort, a lot of near falls. Again, my favorite matchup of the night, hands down. It ended up being Jack Gallagher, unfortunately not able to pick up the victory, as Neville returned back with the Red Arrow, a move that we've not seen him do since his return to the Cruiserweight division, ultimately getting the pinfall victory and retaining the Cruiserweight Championship and remaining the king of the Cruiserweights. Okay, if he watches this, I hope to just don't mention, I don't want him to know. Just saying. Anyway, we move on to one of the 3 highlighted matches of the entire pay-per-view, Braun Strowman against Roman Reigns. And given what we saw this past Monday Night on Raw with the turnbuckle exploding, Roman versus Strowman was, needless to say, a epic like no other. The two brawling all in the ring and, of course, all outside the ring, and there was a lot of great moments. Strowman looking like he was $1 million, who was showing off massive amount of strength, and Roman doing everything he possibly could to keep the big man down. But unfortunately, Roman couldn't do it, at least at first. Superman punches, spears, wasn't working. Strowman even going so far as to power slam Roman through the Spanish announce table. That poor Spanish announce table. But unfortunately, it was to no avail. Strowman was able to get back in the ring, and the only reason Braun Strowman was defeated by Roman Reigns was Strowman, and I know you're going to hard this to believe, Strowman climbing the top turnbuckle to actually perform what I'm assuming is a frog splash off the top turnbuckle, and missed, allowing Roman Reigns to kick a spear and get the pinfall victory over Strowman. I have a very sneaking suspicion this is not going to be the last time we see the two of them face off against one another. Yikes. In any case, we go to the Women's Championship match, Bayley against, I almost said Nia Jax, Bayley against Charlotte for the Raw Women's Championship. Bayley actually requesting Charlotte send Dana Brooke to the back, which she surprisingly acquiesced, as the two put on a classic as only the Raw Women's division can only do. We see Sasha Banks, interestingly enough, come in and try to help out Bayley. So she's interfering in the match. She distracts Charlotte enough for Bayley to hit a Bayley to belly to roll back into the ring. 2 women brawl. Charlotte goes for a roll-up, but grabs a hold of Bayley's tights. As the referee is about to count for 3, Sasha points this out to the referee, who stops the count. Charlotte getting distracted long enough for Bayley to turn around, hit a Bayley to belly, and Bayley has retained the Raw Women's Championship and also broken the 16 consecutive pay-per-view victories. Is it consecutive? Pay-per-view victories for Charlotte. Yes, Bayley retains the Raw Women's Championship. And honestly, I sneak a little sneaky suspicion that there's a possibility we might see a Sasha-Bayley rivalry in the future. Think about that for a while. Now, comes on to the record-breaking Universal Championship match, Kevin Owens against Goldberg. A match that had a whole lot of high anticipation, but only 22 seconds of actual in-ring time. That's right. Kevin Owens and Goldberg made their way to the ring. Before the match bell could officially be rung, Kevin Owens rolled out not once, not twice, but 3 different times. As Kevin Owens was finally prepared, he was ready for the match. He looked over, and there it was, Chris Jericho music and all. As the bell rang, Kevin Owens turned around into a spear from Goldberg and a jackhammer, and thus Goldberg is now your new WWE Universal Champion. It also means now that we will see Brock Lesnar versus Bill Goldberg at WrestleMania 33 for the WWE Universal Championship. Interesting pay-per-view, the last major stop on the road to WrestleMania, and now the WrestleMania card is going to start to start to take form and shape. I can't talk this evening. And I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say. What do you guys think of Fastlane 2017? I want to know your thoughts, your previews, picks, and predictions for possibly WrestleMania. What was your favorite match, least favorite match? I want to hear your thoughts down in the comment section. Let us know what you guys think on also the social media. Make sure you follow myself and the entire OneWrestling.com family. Big Ray Show. Of course, everyone over at Big Slam Nation. Of course, the legendary, the iconic Mr. Bill Apter. Make sure you follow all their links down in the description box below. Hit the thumbs up if you guys like these videos, and of course, subscribe for more amazing content from everyone here at OneWrestling.com. Thank you guys again for watching. Appreciate the continued love and support. And to quote the legendary Mr. Bill Apter, we will see you at the matches.